instruction on this matter. It is also an offense to be related by chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must carefully guard against all these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success. Krishna Prema. Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, today is 27th of November 2020, which happens to be a Friday.
Paranati.
6:48 to 7:48. Hare Krishna. So today's Dwadashi Parana timing is from 6:49 to 7:49. There's only 1 hour window, so devotees can we'll make the arrangement for the
Hare Krishna. What is the difference between solitude and loneliness? The scriptures talk about solitude. Virikta Desha Sevitvam, Aratir Jana Samsadi. Like Krishna says in one of the 18 aspects of knowledge is solitude. Solitude actually means being alone in the best company. Like you see Yashoda and Devaki, they both are sitting in a bullock cart along with Krishna and Balram, while they are all moving from Gokul Bhavan to Vrindavan through the forest. So in the front, all the covered men with bows and arrows are proceeding, and in the middle, there are bullock carts where the ladies, the children, the old men, old women. So they are all arranged for sitting comfortably without any kind of dangers. And again, behind the bullock carts, again there are men, covered men, carrying the bows and arrows for offering protection. So they are sandwiched between covered men, both sides. So there is physical protection also. And they are all spiritually protected in the presence of Krishna always. And sitting in the bullock cart very comfortably, seeing the beauty of the forest. uh, uh, and Krishna Balram talking sweetly as small babies with their childish speeches. So Yashoda and Rohini are experiencing the greatest vatsalya or motherly affection for their children and feeling most secure, most safe, and most joyful joy ride in the bullock cart. Here is an example of how Yashoda is alone in the best company of Krishna. So this is actually solitude. In the same manner, we are awarded the holy name to be in the best company alone, which means when a devotee is convinced that in this world there are many multiple shelters available, but those shelters are temporary shelters or false shelters. Like you may have money in the bank, but the bank only goes diwala. You may have heart specialist. There was one Dr. Ansari, a heart specialist. His mother was a doctor, father was a doctor, sisters were doctors, brothers were doctors, uncle, aunt, everybody was a doctor. And all of them are heart specialists in his family. Practically 2 dozen doctors in his family. It's a doctor's family. Entire family is doctor's family. But when he was going in a train, he got a heart attack and died. So what shelter will he give for anybody else? So we may have the best of the doctors. We may have the best of the banks where we have put the money. We may have the police. Police people, if you call in time of danger, they exactly come after everything is over, just to make some notes and go. What happened in that case? Because they are also afraid. They are not like the Kshatriya policemen in Vedic times. Now they wear the police uniform, they may just come and kneel down and go. So the police or the military or the doctors or the banks or the insurance agencies, all of them are surrounding you, promising you, claiming you that Yogakshema Mahamiham, putting a, they are promising you that we will protect you. But no, none of these fellows can offer a safe and secure shelter. So to realize this fact that material world is padam padam, yattu padam natesham, it's a very dangerous place. By actually, when you know this fact, it is very frightening, and one feels very lonely. But when one gets the company of Lord Krishna through the chanting of the holy name, then instead of feeling lonely, he feels solitude in the best company. Because you will see all through Srimad Bhagavatam, all the dangers which came in the life of Vijayabasis were all eradicated by Krishna personally. Ma Bhaishta, he says, do not fear. In most of the pastimes, you would see Krishna says Ma Bhaishta, same thing as Ma Shucha. So it is not a children's cartoon or children's story that Bhagavatam gives this pastimes. One who is fortunate to develop firm faith in these activities of Krishna, which are all divine and transcendental and delightful, then one gets a very firm shelter in Krishna's lotus feet, and he will never feel left alone. He will never feel lonely. Today, world has people with millions of dollars, billions of dollars, filling up their pockets, but they are not uh, feeling safe to connect with anybody in the world. They are fearful that others will loot them, uh, finish them. So they are feeling very lonely. So in this world, the best of the relatives and friends surrounding a person, he can still feel lonely. But when one gets the shelter of Lord Krishna, one feels most safe. Samashrita ye padapallava plavam mahatpadam punyayasho murare bhavambudir vatsapadam param padam yat vipadam natesham. So Prabhupada gave explanation to this verse that if you are going in a silver coach drawn by huge horses, in a very comfortably, even on a village road, if you are going, if there are puddles of water on the road, the coach can cross over those puddles of water very easily, and you will not even feel the presence of water on the road with patches of water here and there or broken road. You will not feel that because the coach crosses over them without even you are paying attention to that. Like that, a devotee of science and the fears existing in the mental existence were being safely and securely sheltered in the silver coach of Krishna's lotus feet. And this is experienced by one who is attentively chanting days and months and years together, putting faith in the words of Guru Parampara and the message of coming in the Guru Parampara. And such a person only deserves the safe spiritual shelter, not those who doubt Krishna's lotus feet uh, and who are wandering in the world for some other alternative shelter. They go round and round and round and get tired, exhausted, not having found any shelter. Still in their old age, they find themselves lonely. So loneliness is the eating of the world. People commit suicide foolishly. But those who have found shelter in Krishna's lotus feet will always, let's offer the humble obeisance to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord is like the trees or ocean of mercy and full of compassion for the fallen condition.